Okay, so we're now on level 3, and these challenges are a lot like level 2's challenges, but it's a little bit more tedious this time. So I'm going to brush through the challenges that are pretty much the same as they were in level 2 and level 1, but any unique challenges to level 3, I'll make sure to talk in a lot more detail because those challenges can be quite difficult. I'll be having level 4 done in just a few days, so I got all the challenges out of the way and completed. So we're going to be starting off with the killers, and then the general challenges, and then the survivor challenges. So let's start with the first killer challenge, Deadly Pursuit. Chase survivors for a total of 240 seconds. Now this was a challenge that was done in level 2, except you have to do it for 240 seconds this time. And much like the previous challenge, you just gotta chase them for as long as you can. I would suggest just following a survivor, just do your usual really. There's nothing different to this, and you can get this challenge done in 1 to 2 games. The next challenge is Spilling Blood. Earn 3 Devout Emblems at gold quality or better. Now, Devout Emblems can be earned by hitting or killing each survivor. The more you kill survivors, the better the result you will get. To get Gold Emblem, you will need to hit a survivor and hook them. It will give you 2 points if you hook the survivor, and it will give you 1 point for every hit you do against the survivor. However, if they heal up, it becomes -1 point. So make sure that they don't heal that much. So playing killers like the Plague and the Legion are going to be very good at getting the Devout Emblems. If not, maybe bring in anti-healing build such as Cultrophobia, a Nurse's Calling, Sloppy Butcher and Thanatophobia. This will stop them healing as much, and you're more likely to get this gold quality. Luckily, getting gold isn't too difficult and can be achieved in 3 to 4 games. Property damage. Damage a generator or destroy a dropped pallet 24 times. Now, like it was in the previous challenge, just simply bring the Wraith and you can use his movement add-ons, and pretty much you're able to kick generators very, very quickly. Simply go towards a survivor who's doing a generator, kick it, leave, and then return back in a few seconds. You can do this enough times and you can easily complete this challenge. This can be completed in 1 to 2 games with this method. My Obsession, My Nemesis. Hook the Obsession 2 times while using the perk Nemesis. Now, you will need the perk Nemesis, which is a teachable for the Oni, to be active in your build. And what your main objective is to hunt down your Obsession. Remember, this has to be done in a single trial as well. Obsession perks such as Remember Me or Rancor or even Dead Man's Switch can be really helpful with this challenge. Just pretty much hook them twice in 1 game and you will have this challenge completed. This can be done in 1 game. Reverent. Sacrifice 15 survivors to the entity. This is another simple challenge which can be done by simply playing the objective. Make it a big priority to sacrifice survivors, and try maybe avoiding tunneling if you can. I would suggest bringing a killer that has the exposed status effect, such as Oni, Myers, or even Hillbilly. This will take some time, and you can only sacrifice 4 survivors per game, so it will take around 4 to 5 games to finish. Samurai Slice. Hit 4 survivors with the Demon Strike ability as Oni. Now personally, I've never really played Oni, so this was a little bit of a learning curve for me, especially when you're at a low rank, as I was like rank 9 or rank 8, so I was really punished for not knowing how to actually use the Oni. But the Demon Strike is a lunge ability which can only be activated once he absorbs enough blood orbs. Once hit, the survivor will be instantly put into the down state regardless if they're healthy or not. This has to be done 4 times in a single game. With this ability, I would really suggest using add-ons to increase the duration of his Demon Strike. This can be done in 1 to 3 games depending on how good you are with the Oni. Gruesome. Hook 24 survivors. This is the last killer challenge, which is to hook 24 survivors. Now this, luckily, it is not unique survivors, so you can potentially hook up to 9 times per game. So this means that you can complete this challenge in about 3 to 4 games. And I would use the exact same build as you would for the Sacrifice challenge and bring a lot of exposed status effects if you can. It will just make your life a lot easier. So at the end of all the killer challenges, you will be able to earn 250,000 blood points. I would say that the challenges are relatively easy to complete, and it will take around 14 to 21 games to complete. Moving on to the general challenges, we know that it can be done by either the survivor or killer. There is only 2 of them, which is Glyph Seeker and Bloody Rewards. So Glyph Seeker, we all know how that works. I would suggest playing as the Wraith and just go around the map and see if you can find those red glyphs. This will easily be done in 5 games. I can't imagine it being any less than 5 games. Next is Bloody Rewards, earn 100,000 blood points. Now, as I said before, I would say it's a lot easier to play as killer for this, as you will get more consistent blood points. And for some reason, when I was doing this challenge, barbecue and chili did actually work for this challenge, so I was able to complete it in 2 games. I don't know if this was a glitch or not, but before it didn't work, but for this challenge it did, so try it out anyway, because you never know, it might work. And yes, normally it would take around 4 games to complete to get up to 100,000 blood points, but with barbecue and chili, you should be able to easily do it in 2. So completing both of these challenges will earn you 80,000 blood points. It will take you around 7 to 8 games to complete, and it's very easy to complete. Now lastly, we are now on the survivor challenges. So we're going to start off with Bring the Light, repair the total of 12 generators. So much like it was in level 2, it's all about bringing a generator build and playing more solo when doing gens. Bring Resilience, Spine Chill, and maybe bring the new Fast Track perk by Yonjin to increase the speed of generators and get them done as quickly as you can. Now technically you can get this done in 3 games, but I'm thinking it could potentially take up to 3, maybe 4 games to complete, depending on how much the killer likes you. Next is Sore Ankles, fall from a great height while being chased 3 times. It is essential that you bring balanced landing for this one, because if you don't, chases are going to end really quickly for you if you are being chased by the killer. This can be done in 3 games easy, as long as you have a map that supports the height to activate this perk. So if you get something like Shelter Woods, then it feels bad to be you right now. I would suggest bringing Vigil 2, as it reduces the cooldown of balanced landing, and then maybe bring Objective Obsession to keep the killer interested in you. Appeal to Heal, fully deplete 6 medkits. So thanks to a viewer of mine, they said that if you bring Built to Last, it actually counts as 2 depleted medkits. This means that you can get this challenge potentially done in 2 or even 1 game if you're really lucky. Simply bring Built to Last, Appraisal, Plunderer's Instinct, and Pharmacy. With this build, it's already guaranteed to deplete 3 medkits as long as you get hit. Then you can go to each chest and hope you can find another medkit. And if you really want this challenge out of the way, then bring a shiny coin as well, and I can guarantee you should have this challenge done in 1 game, if you're lucky. Working under pressure, finish healing 1 time within 10 meters of the killer while using the perk Self-Care. Now this is an extremely easy challenge. Now what I did was I brought Self-Care, Botting Knowledge, and Resilience. I would get hit by the killer trying to escape, or if I don't, I get hooked. Then you use Self-Care once you're unhooked or I escape, and then I 99 it, so it's a little bit off from actually fully healing. And once I hear the terror radius is close, then I will heal that last 1%. I would even make sure that this challenge is completed by being chased, and once they're breaking a pallet, do that 1%, and then you know you've achieved this challenge. I was able to achieve this in 1 game. Heroic Virtue. Survive while 6 other survivors escape the trial. You must remain in the trial while they escape. Now this challenge was quite annoying personally, because it does rely on other players, and this can be quite unpredictable sometimes. Now to increase the chances of other survivors leaving the game, I would highly suggest bringing a generator build. Now the reason for this is that the quicker you can get generators done, the less likely they're going to die on the hook, and that way you can get more survivors out of the game. So what I did was I brought my generator build consisting of Built to Last, Streetwise, Resilience, and Spine Chill. And with this build, you can get 1 generator done pretty much instantly at the beginning of the game. This is a strong start for some survivors, and that means they're more likely to survive. Once all the gates are powered, hide in a locker until all the other survivors have left the match. It doesn't matter if you die in the process, because you'll still be able to earn 3 out of the 6 that is required. So this challenge can be done in 2 to 3 games. Let's just hope you don't get those survivors who wait till the last second to leave. Jailbreak. Have the killer drop 1 carried survivor while being within 10 meters of the killer while using the perk Breakout. Now I can imagine the frustration for a lot of survivors trying to get this done, And surprisingly, I was able to get this done in one game, and I don't know if I was very lucky about it. Now, what I did was I brought a sabotage build, and I also brought a flashlight. So my thought process was, it doesn't necessarily say you have to drop the killer through breakout, it just says drop a carried survivor. So this could mean that if you flashlight them, they stun the killer and then they leave. And as long as you're within 10 meters of them, that means it should work. And unfortunately I couldn't try this out because I was actually able to use breakout to use this, but I'm pretty sure that using a flashlight will work with this challenge. I'll try and stick around a survivor that's being chased. Once they're downed, try and find a nice hook that they're going to be using, break it, and just distract them as long as you can. Use that breakout because it can be useful time to time. With that technique, you should be able to get this challenge done. Make sure to body block and even go down if you really have to. You can get this challenge done. A true friend. Unhook a survivor safely or take a protection hit 20 times. So this is much like level 2. Bring a build consisting of Metal of Man, Borrowed Time, Botting Knowledge and Self-Care, because you will need to use the Self-Care and Botting Knowledge to heal yourself up as much as you can. And even bring a medkit when you can as well. This can be done in 4 to 5 games to complete. If you want more details on how to do this challenge, I would suggest watching my level 2 video. Skills of a surgeon. Succeed at 3 healing skill checks as Claudette. This is a very simple challenge. Bring Spine Chill for those added skill check chances and just heal people. This can easily be achieved in one game as long as you focus on healing other survivors. Make sure to bring empathy as well. Escape route. Escape 8 chases. For this challenge, I thought the sneaky vault build, which consisted of Quick and Quiet, Dance With Me, Lithe and Iron Will. This is pretty much a guaranteed escape as long as you can get out of line of sight of the killer. I would really suggest bringing this build because I was able to get this done in one game. And if you choose not to bring this build, then any sort of build will really work. As long as the killer hits you and you run away, even just defending a hit from another survivor, that counts as an escape if they don't focus you. So this can be done in 1 to 2 games. Means to an end. Hit a killer one time with a pallet that has been reset while using the perk Any Means Necessary. Now this again is a relatively easy challenge that I thought would be harder than I thought. And what I did was that I pulled down an extremely good pallet. For example, the Killer Shack pallet. I would pull that down near their terror radius. Now typically if they haven't found anyone, they will go towards that sound. And then I would pull up that pallet and then loop around the Killer Shack. And then when it's needed, I would pull down that pallet and make sure that they get stunned, even if it means that I get hit in the process. As long as you can get that stun, you've achieved this challenge. This method makes this challenge very easy and can be achieved in 1 to 2 games. Now the last survivor challenge is Start Your Engines. Be chased by the killer for a total of 60 seconds as Yuri Kimura. Once again, this is very easy and it's much like it was in level 2. Just bring a dedicated chase me build, such as the Vault build consisting of Spine Chill and Resilience, and then just loop the killer as long as possible. This can easily be done in 1 game. So with all the survivor challenges, you will be able to earn 460,000 blood points. And yes, some of those challenges are relatively difficult, but most of them are more tedious than difficult, and it will take around 20 to 27 games to complete. So in all of level 3, you will earn 790,000 blood points. The challenges, I would say, depending what they are, is relatively difficult, but it's relatively the same as it was in level 2, except you have to do it a few more times. And overall will take around 41 to 56 games to complete. So there we have it, we have all those challenges in level 3. Make sure to check out my last Tome video in just a few days, and I'll be getting back into my regular schedule with build videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.